Ever wonder why yuppies or young urban professionals are always so energetic? Well, it's probably because their coffee machines cost more than your car. Yes, you heard it right. Yuppies don't do instant coffee. They're all about that designer, single origin, micro-roasted pour-over life. You see, for a yuppie, a coffee machine isn't just an appliance, it's a statement. Their mornings don't start with a mundane press of a button. Oh no. They embark on a sacred journey of grinding their own beans, meticulously measuring the water temperature, and patiently waiting for the perfect brew. And the beans? They're not just any beans. These beans have more passport stamps than most of us, having journeyed from an exotic, far-flung coffee plantation where they were caressed by the gentle hands of dedicated farmers. So, next time you're sipping on your regular cup of joe, remember, a yuppie is probably somewhere sipping a $50 cup of artisanal hand-ground fair trade espresso. Yuppies don't just commute, they make a statement. And what better way to do so than in a luxury car that costs more than a suburban house? Now, yuppies and their love for luxury cars is a saga of its own. It's not just about getting from point A to B for them, oh no, it's about the journey and looking good while at it. The car is a status symbol, a shiny, high-horsepower extension of their personality. You know how some folks are with their pets? Well, yuppies are like that with their cars. They'll pamper them, talk to them, and even give them names. And don't even get me started on the lengths they'll go to keep their precious rides in pristine condition. You see, a speck of dust on a yuppie's car is akin to a personal insult. Heard about the yuppie who paid for 2 parking spots? Not because he had 2 cars, but because he didn't want anyone parking next to him and risking a scratch on his glossy Ferrari. Or the one who drove around the block for half an hour looking for a safe parking spot, only to give up and take an Uber home instead. Now that's commitment. And let's not forget about the parking lot wars. You think the Cold War had tension? Try being in a parking lot with 2 yuppies vying for the same spot. The drama, the suspense, the silent glaring contest from behind designer sunglasses. It's like a wildlife documentary, but with luxury cars and expensive suits. For yuppies, it's not just about owning a luxury car, it's about owning the right luxury car. Monday might be a Mercedes day, Tuesday for Tesla, Wednesday for the Rolls-Royce, and so on. It's a tough life, deciding whether to take the Porsche or the Tesla to work. So while most of us are struggling with public transport or our old beaters, yuppies are out there deciding whether to take the Porsche or the Tesla to work. While we spend our weekends catching up on Netflix, yuppies are living it up on luxury boats. Because why not? Now, when we talk about yuppies and leisure, we're not talking about a quiet day at the park or a cozy night in with a book. No, sir. We're talking about luxury boats, champagne showers, and a competition of extravagance that would make even the most lavish of monarchs blush. So let's delve into the world of yuppie leisure, where the size of your boat is directly proportional to your social standing. You see, in the world of yuppies, the boat isn't just a vessel to navigate the waters, it's a floating testament to their success. It's like their business card, but bigger, flashier, and way pricier. Imagine this, a typical yuppie party on a luxury boat. The sun is setting, casting a warm glow on the deck. The air is filled with laughter, the clinking of glasses, and the soft hum of the boat's engine. And then, in the distance, another boat appears. It's bigger, it's shinier, and it's got a hot tub on the deck. The party goes silent. The yuppie hosting the party gulps. The new boat owner steps out smirking, and there's a collective gasp from the crowd. It's a classic yuppie showdown. And then there's the amenities. Oh, the amenities. We're talking about boats equipped with everything from helipads to personal cinemas. Some of these boats are so extravagant, they make 5-star hotels look like budget motels. And the best part? Most of these yuppies can't even swim. But hey, who needs to swim when you have a platinum-coated life jacket, right? But let's not judge. After all, who wouldn't want to sip on a glass of bubbly while sailing into the sunset on a boat that costs more than most people's homes? It's all part of the yuppie charm, the allure of living life in the fast lane and on the high seas. Remember, folks, a yuppie's boat is their castle, or at least their floating, ridiculously expensive party platform. For yuppies, traveling isn't just about seeing the world, it's about making sure everyone knows that they are seeing the world. It's a lifestyle that's as much about the destination as it is about the journey, and the 300 photos they took along the way. Now, when a yuppie decides to jet set, they don't just throw a dart at a map and call it a day. Oh no. They meticulously research the most exotic, Instagram-worthy destinations. They're not just going on vacation, they are curating an experience. And by curating an experience, I mean they are figuring out which trip will get them the most social media engagement. But it's not all about the likes and comments. There's also the hilarious lengths they'll go to get the perfect travelgram. Picture this: a yuppie, knee-deep in crystal clear water, trying to get a candid shot of them casually frolicking in the ocean. Or better yet, a yuppie on a scenic hike, sweaty and out of breath, but refusing to rest until they've captured the perfect sunset shot. It's not about the journey or the destination, but about how the journey and destination look on a 5-inch screen. And let's not forget about the luxury travel, because if a yuppie is going to travel, they're going to do it in style. Private jets, luxury yachts, 5-star resorts. If it doesn't scream, "I'm living my best life," then it's not worth their time. And you can bet your last dollar that they'll document every single moment of their opulent escapades just to make sure their followers know they're not slumming it. So it's not just about seeing the world, it's about making sure everyone knows you're seeing the world in the most glamorous way possible. But remember, behind every perfect travelgram is a yuppie who probably spent an hour trying to get the lighting just right. So while you're planning your next road trip, remember, somewhere a yuppie is deciding whether Bali or Bora Bora would get more likes on Instagram. In the yuppie world, dating is a sport, and the trophy? The most beautiful and successful partner they can find. Now, you might think that's a little intense, but hey, this is yuppie love we're talking about. It's like the Olympics, but with more candlelit dinners and less sweat. The yuppies, oh, those classic high flyers, they don't just aim for the stars, they aim for the stars with the best hair, the perfect teeth, and a stock portfolio that would make Warren Buffett blush. It's not just about finding the one. Oh no, it's about finding the one who also happens to be the CEO of their own tech startup and looks like they've just stepped off the cover of a fashion magazine. Now imagine the hilarity that ensues when this relentless pursuit collides with reality. Picture this: a yuppie impeccably dressed waiting at an upscale restaurant, only to discover their date is allergic to the caviar. Or imagine the horror when they find out their date prefers public transportation over a ride in their shiny luxury car. It's a tragedy of Shakespearean proportions, I tell you. And what about when two yuppies date each other? It's like a game of high-stakes poker, but instead of playing cards, they're trading business cards. They're not just trying to impress each other, they're trying to out-impress each other. It's a whirlwind of Michelin-starred meals, extravagant vacations, and laughter that's just a little too loud. But the funniest thing about yuppie love? It's how seriously they take it. This isn't just dating, it's a strategic merger of two powerhouses. It's a dance of domination, a ballet of the boardroom, well, you get the idea. So the next time you're on a date, just remember, somewhere a yuppie is probably whining and dining a supermodel on a private yacht. In a nutshell, being a yuppie isn't easy. It's a full-time job with overtime and no weekends off. Picture this: they wake up at the crack of dawn, not to the sound of roosters, but to the chime of Wall Street. Their commute is a high-speed chase down the freeway in a luxury car that costs more than a small island. Leisure time? That's a laugh. It's spent on a luxury yacht trying not to spill their champagne while doing the Macarena. And then there's the jet setting. They don't just travel. They globe-trot with a bevy of beauties, turning heads and breaking hearts along the way. Their love life? Well, that's another story. It's a whirlwind of romance, drama, and more than a few hilarious misunderstandings. But don't be fooled. It's all part of the show, the relentless pursuit for perfection and status. So here's to the yuppies. They may have more money than sense, but they sure do know how to live life on the fast and hilarious lane.